technology there. So I'm very excited about that. And then also Project Gorilla, the big one that everybody is asking about. We're still in the due diligence phase, working very hard to get that done. You know, I wish it was easy as just shaking hands and saying this is a done deal, but it's a very complicated piece. It's going to take lots of help from different partners with, you know, Hockley County and the City of Levelland and the ADC. It's going to take everybody working together and doing their part, and so hopefully we'll get that deal done, but it's just a complicated process and it's not that easy. But anything worth doing is not ever easy, so
that's right.
We'll keep plugging away on it.
And just so people know, go back to the, did you say Eco Blue? Is that what it's called? Okay. Is it a for sure? I mean, they're coming to town. Are we still in the?
Yeah, you know, they want to be here. It's just, can we settle on the price for the building? And obviously, the Economic Development Corporation has to maintain, make sure that we get the best deal we can for our community, while at the same time, Eco Blue has to do the best thing for their shareholders. And so, you know, I liken it to a dance. Everybody's got to keep dancing and not step on each other's toes. And at some point, we're going to strike. Everything's going to line up perfect, and it's going to be a done deal. But we're fairly close to getting that done.
Now, what does that company coming to town mean for Levelland? What kind of jobs are intertwined there? What kind of economic impact are they going to have?
Well, 26 jobs. They have 3 years to ramp up to that. Right off the bat, they'll be making close to $4 million in capital investments. So adding tax, value to the tax base, 26 jobs plus the trucking and the activity in the industrial park. That's a huge thing. You know, we have a lot of oil field truck traffic right now, and there's a lot of other traffic that kind of flows through the community. And we don't really have a good way to service them through truck stops. And I mean, there's some people that sell diesel out there, but it's not very easy. And so it opens up some other opportunities for retail development, because it generates the traffic now that I think we could see a truck stop. Folks that are interested in that, or retail developers could come in and do that. So that leads to sales tax, and more sales tax leads to more dollars that we can give to other industrial growth. So it's all a cool cycle. And
that's kind of fun to picture. Absolutely. There, isn't it? Because, and in fact, Dave, you and I have talked about that when we've sat down together, that it would be really interesting, especially to kind of put it into layman's terms, is to develop a diagram, which I'm sure there are out there, and you guys may even have those things, where when this comes into play, it trickles down and affects this, and when this happens, then it moves to this, and Brittany's probably learning some of that as she's watching how all of these things affect and are intertwined. But a lot of times, like you said, people don't understand, well, what's the holdup? Why is this taking so long? And it is because all of those elements have to line up in order for us to proceed with the next phase or the next step.
Well, and that's why retail development is so crucial. Retail development is quality of life issues, investing in parks and schools and those kinds of things. When companies come here to look, they're looking for, are my employees going to be happy here? Is it going to be somewhere they want to live? Not just is the land cost right, not just do we have access to rail, but it's that piece also. And as we add more retail, then more college kids will have reasons to work here in Levelland instead of working in Lubbock. Well, if they work here, now they can live here. Well, if they live here, there's not really enough room for them, so maybe we need to build more housing for them. And as industrial jobs come in, well, those people need housing here. So more housing creates more retail opportunity, which creates more sales tax dollars to do more industrial development. It's very cool stuff.
It is neat. And back to the, on of course, the east side of town, the new development that came in here. I was actually in one of those shops, and I'll pass this along to you because I know it's always nice to hear some good and positive remarks. But I was standing in line, and this woman I didn't even know, she just turned to me and she said, "Isn't this exciting? We have a new shop a new store to shop at in Levelland." And I thought, yes, it is exciting. It is. It's so neat to, when you come into town, to have some bright and shiny new buildings and some new development, to be sort of the picture on the west side, the face that we put forward, and I think that's very neat.
When you have people coming in and out of town that may hear about that now, they come here, but then they also go back to Main Street and shop at some of those shops.
And that's
what's been fantastic. Is we think sometimes that it's competition, but a lot of times it just drives more traffic here, and more traffic means more for everybody.
while they're here, they're gonna do it all.
That's right.
You know, I mean, they've come to town, they see right there what we have to offer, and you know, Main Street these days is a big catchphrase.
Mhm.
People are migrating in to see what kind of restoration's been done, what kind of redevelopment, if you will, has been done on Main Street and downtown, and kind of takes people back to when they were, little children, and when their grandparents took them down to shop Main Street and so forth. So I agree. I think it all works together, and it's very exciting. Now, moving on to another exciting thing is you have an intern.
Yes,
now, how did you get so lucky?
Well, actually the Department of Agriculture is doing what they call the Texas Rural Internship Program. It's a pilot project. I think there's 5, maybe 6 communities in the state. They went out and asked for volunteers. They called us and asked us if we'd be willing to host an intern, and absolutely jumped all over that. And basically, their idea is to have an urban student or student with urban background living in a small town community in rural Texas and getting a feel for that life, and then hopefully we'll see the draw that rural Texas offers. And we were fortunate enough to have Brittany Dennis. We wrote a project. It's called Levelland Live. That's basically she's taking video and pictures, and she's going to do a blog on our website. And basically just opening up the dynamic of Levelland and what we are, and digging a little deeper, not just from the sales pitch that we sell, but looking at it from a fresh perspective and going to different banquets and staying with host families. She's been to, already this is her 2nd day, she's been to county commissioners and LEDC, and then she's also been to the FFA banquet at the school, so she's getting a dose of small town life in spades right now. So it's very exciting to have her here, and look forward to seeing what the perspective she gives us. So.
Absolutely. Well, let's hear from the lady of the hour, Miss Brittany Dennis. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Tired, but good.
Has it been a whirlwind so far?
It has. It's been, I've experienced quite a few things in the last 2 days, but it's been amazing. People have been so nice and so friendly here. It's been a really good experience so far.
Well, now, where do you hail from?
Well, everywhere. I'm from Austin. I go to school in Huntsville, and part of my family lives in Katy, so I have kind of an idea of small communities, but this is definitely a new experience for me.
Well, that's great. Now, where are you currently going to school?
Sam Houston State in Huntsville.
Okay. And your degree, what path are you on?
My major is sociology. My minor is criminal justice.
Wonderful. So you've come to town. You're kind of under the tutelage of Mr. Quinn here, and you're gonna see all the things that small rural America has to offer. What do you hope to gain from this experience?
Well, since sociology is my major, I have a real interest in the way people interact and how they deal with each other, and just different levels of communications on different types of communities and societies. And so that's my real interest so far, and it's been entertaining.
To say the least, I'm sure.
I told her she was coming to Levelland at a very interesting time in our history. So.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I went to so many different functions yesterday. I got to see the way so many different age groups and people interacted with each other, and what I noticed the most actually was the way that they respected each other. Although they didn't agree on everything, there was mutual respect and sort of just like a joking, playful sort of atmosphere, which was very comforting to come into a new place and meet people that I didn't know, and then be so inviting and playful and friendly. So
Well, that's neat.
Great.
That's neat. I'm glad it's been a good experience.